A very good morning, everyone. A very good morning, everyone. Homeopathic Medical Association of Telangana welcomes you for today's oration. Art is medicine. This is in collaboration, in association with Swasthya Kalaniketan Art Therapy and Training, Bangalore. So we present you a one-day workshop on art is medicine, integrating a slice of anthroposophic medicine for homeopathic therapeutics. YouTube. So first, I would like to call upon onto the dais the president of our association, Dr. K. Gopal Krishna, sir, with a huge round of applause. Next, General Secretary of the association, Dr. G. Durga Prasad Rao, sir. First speaker, first resource person for today, Dr. Wahida Murthy, ma'am, onto the dais. The second resource person for the day, Mrs. Shilpika Turakia, ma'am, onto the dais. Our clinical director, ICRIH, Dr. Venugopal Gauri, sir, onto the dais. Now I call upon Dr. Muskan Agarwal for a prayer song.
Please stand up for the prayer song. Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlaadalaadadaine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye Tava Karakamala Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Muskan. Now I request the dignitaries on the dais to pray tributes to Sri Nyapati Venkata Srinivas Rao, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request President of our association, Dr. K. Gopalakrishna, sir, to give the welcome address to the gathering.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a hearty welcome to you all for today's workshop being organized in memory of Nyayapati Venkata Srinivasarao garu, and in association with Satya Kala Niketan and our distinguished guests of today's morning, Dr. Wahida Murthy, and our General Secretary, Dr. Durga Prasad Rao, and Dr. Srimati Shilpika, and our ICRS Director, Dr. Venugopal Gauri, and distinguished guests in the auditorium, and Dr. Rajeshwar Rao, Head of the Department, Psychiatry, Jayasuriya Homeopathic Medical College, and Dr. Lagnajita, Dr. Bhavna, the faculty members from different colleges, and dear students and practitioners. We extend a hearty welcome to you all for today's workshop. Yeah, the anthroposophy art therapy is today's topic. So anthroposophy itself is not much familiar to many of us. So it is in fact a very great science. It was founded by Dr. Steiner. So in the early 20th century, an Austrian spiritualist. So this is much nearer to the thoughts of homeopathic understanding. So anthroposophy means human wisdom. మానవ శాస్త్రం అని చెప్పొచ్చు దీన్ని. కనుక మానవులందరికీ ఉపయోగపడే శాస్త్రం ఇది. కనుక దీని గురించిన మెలకువలు తెలుసుకోవడం వల్ల మనందరి జీవితాల్లో చాలా ప్రయోజనకరంగా ఉంటుంది. Not just sick people, everybody. The anthroposophical techniques would definitely help us in making ourselves better, improve, distinct. So many ways it helps us. So that therapy today we'll be going to hear from our esteemed guests. So we are eagerly waiting to hear from you the valuable knowledge you are going to give us. And so today is incidentally National Creativity Day. So this is in fact a creative science. So it brings out our creative abilities, our understanding, our experiences, our distinct identity, so many things it tells us. So we are fortunately having this event on a very appropriate day. So I wish we'll be immensely benefited by the knowledge given by the speakers. I thank you one and all, and especially I thank all the postgraduate students from different colleges for having come here. Though it is a new thought, new view, new vision towards a different subject, so it would definitely help all of us, both practitioners, students, physicians, every individual would be immensely benefited by knowing about the usefulness of this science. Thank you one and all. And I profusely thank the family of Dr. Nyayapati Srinivas Rao for sponsoring this event. The family members, we immensely thank them for their generous gesture. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request General Secretary, Dr. G. Durga Prasad Rao, sir, to say a few words about Hmat.
Good morning, everybody. Respected dignitaries on the dais, President Dr. K. Gopal Krishna sir, our beloved guest speaker from Bengaluru, Dr. Wahida Murthy garu, and integrated medicine specialist Shilpika Tukrakia, and our clinical research director Venugopal Gauri, our JSPS College PG HOD Dr. Rajeshwar Rao, and Dr. Lagrajita Ravi from Hamsa College, and Dr. Bhavana, Associate Professor from DSPS College, and Ketan sir, and all the dignitaries, and other important distinguished guests like Gayatri Madam, and Krupa Soni, Neha Bellepu, and Sindhu Shah. All these are psychologists. I thank you all. And coming to the HMAT activities, you know, the HMAT is working for the last 6 decades with a motto of serving the disabled people by holding the CL Modi Charitable Homeo Clinic for the last 5.5 decades. And lakhs of people were benefited from this charitable dispensary, not only from Twin Cities, but also from other parts of the Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and neighboring states also. And we hold the specialty clinics also in different specialties on a particular days by senior homeopathic doctors, all who are rendering honorary services. And other than these medical activities, we also train the interns posted by Hamsa College, Devs College, GSPS College, and other colleges. And coming to other activities, we hold the monthly orations like this every month on last Sunday, a CME program on somebody's oration. And this oration we have been conducting for several years, for the nearly 4 decades passed. We have been conducting these orations for the last 40 years. And last, our medical camps, free preventive camps, and we conduct regularly now and then. And other national-wide, state-wide seminars also we conduct. Last month, we have conducted Homeo Fest, inviting all the homeopathic graduates and faculty members of the Telangana Homeopathic Medical Colleges. You know, it was a grand success. More than 600 members attended the Homeo Fest, and the activities were fully oriented with students' activities, all competitions, and honoring them with awards who are won the prizes. And other than these activities, we also planning to go to other homeopathic colleges to conduct our meetings there in their campus. And the last 1-2 years, we have conducted our orations in all homeopathic colleges once in 3 months, and apart from here. And I thank all the doctors. Now, today, many PG scholars are here from the JSPS College and Hamsa College. And I thank you for enrolling and coming here for to witness the today's workshop. And I especially thank Dr. Vaida Murthy garu for designing the workshop program for our Telangana people, mainly our doctors, students, and practitioners. Art is a medicine. So far we have known that music, dance, and other activities are there in the treatment field. But first time, for myself, I am first time hearing this art therapy as a medicine. So let us see the wonders of art therapy, what Vaida Murthy is going to image us with her experience and talent. And I also thank all our sponsors who are responsible for this conducting all these activities for the several years. And I thank for giving me this opportunity. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Before we start with the session, I would like to read about the oration, the memorial oration, Nyapati Venkata Srinivasa Rao Memorial Oration. The Homeopathic Medical Association of Telangana has been holding monthly oration for over past 4 decades, and we are thankful for all our sponsors who have been helping us in the pursuit of the goal of dissemination of knowledge amongst the fraternity. The memorial oration for the month of May, that is this oration, this has been sponsored by Dr. Nyapati Venkata Srinivas Rao's sir's family members in his memory, and we are proud to bring you the information about a lover of homeopathic medicine who has been at the forefront for the cause of our science. Late Dr. Nyapati Venkata Srinivas Rao was a pioneer in bringing homeopathy to the state of Andhra Pradesh. He took the diploma in homeopathy in the year 1933 under late Sri Lanka Ramarao at Kakinada. His burning desire to provide quality medicines at affordable prices prompted him to start a homeopathic outlet under the name of Ramakrishna Homeo Stores at the Tenali in year 1987. Late Dr. Nyapati Srinivas Rao was so passionate and committed to homeopathy that he took great pains to explain the merits and advantages of homeopathic system to each and every customer who came to purchase those medicines. He toiled very hard to promote the system, and he would spend not less than 16 hours a day in the pursuit of this occupation. Late Dr. Nyapati Venkata Srinivas Rao was one of the first persons to import homeopathic medicines from the world-renowned companies like Boric and Tappel, USA, Dr. Wilma Squabe of Germany. These companies were amazed at the range and varieties of homeopathic medicines imported from them, and also at the depth of his knowledge in homeopathy. His efforts to promote homeopathy earned him kudos from the entire homeopathic fraternity in India and the state of Andhra Pradesh especially. With a view to provide homeopathic medicines to a wider section of people, he shifted Ramakrishna Homeo Stores to Vijayawada in the year 1942. Till date, Ramakrishna Homeo Stores is a landmark in Vijayawada for genuine homeopathic medicines. After the formation of state of Andhra Pradesh, he started a branch at Hyderabad in 1958. In the late 60s, government of India was restricting the imports due to foreign exchange constraints, which prompted him to start the manufacturing wing of Ramakrishna under Ramakrishna Pharmaceuticals. This manufacturing wing was being managed by his illustrious sons, Dr. N. Krishna Rao, Dr. N.T. Ramarao, and his grandchildren. Late Dr. Nyapati Venkata Srinivas Rao later shifted the head office of Homeo Stores from Vijayawada to Hyderabad in 1966. His relenting efforts to maintain quality at affordable prices has made the products manufactured by Ramakrishna synonymous to genuine products comparable to any international products. The last week of May, so we have been conducting the oration in memory of Nyapati Venkata Srinivas Rao sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Muskan Agarwal to introduce the speaker before we start the session 1.
I would like to introduce Dr. Wahida ma'am. She has done MBBS, DLO, Family Health and Holistic Fertility Consultant, an anthroposophic physician, art therapist, and biography counselor from European Academy, Switzerland, based in Bangalore. She is practicing medicine for 30 years. After completing her medical studies from Premier JN Medical College, Belgaum, and Bangalore Medical College Hospitals in Bangalore, Karnataka, Dr. Wahida pursued her further post-graduation certificate in integrative medicine from Switzerland. She is the pioneer to bring therapeutic art to India, certified by the European Academy. She specializes in family medicine, integrated cancer care, and integrated fertility management. Her center also houses the International Therapeutic Art Training Institute. She is the Indian coordinator for artistic therapies conducted by European Academy from Switzerland. She is also the founder and CEO of Swasthya Niketan Integrated Healthcare and Research Foundation. Indian representative for IVAA, which is International Federation of Anthroposophic Medical Associates in Belgium. She is also a member of Traditional Complementary Integrated Healthcare Coalition, World Health Organization. Thank you so much, ma'am. Come.
Then consider after this. Now it is my watch 11:15. Okay. Every aspect, 11:12. Excellent. Thank you. Every aspect is coming from art. Okay. Most of us feel art is, art is poetry, art is singing, art is music, art is painting, art is drawing, art is clay, art is drama, art is movement, art is gardening, art is just moving, breathing, architecture, looking at art, doing art, being with other person, art of science, everything art, art of living, right? Art of eating. So everywhere it is art. So as I said, 11:12, we have started. Every conversation we are looking at, where is art? Right? Everything. I invite you, everything here, all this, our ancestors, all of us, the soul and spiritual world we are looking and being in, the nature, the largest library is art. All right. So here we are starting with just experience. I'm coming from the wisdom of being human. We can call it as anthroposophy. It is wisdom of being human, which is everywhere. It is core of being human and core of being healthy. All right. And it's again discovering balance, which I will tell you later. Now, when you're standing, just be present to the heaviness. Just feel your body. This is your physical body. Just be free. Just be free and experience the weight which is actually against your earth. You can see that there is some resistance, there is a meeting point with the earth, and you are standing, and the space you are occupying, right? And you're standing against gravity, as well as you're going towards the gravity. And this is your physical. If you want, you can touch yourself, your body, you feel this is who I am, the physical aspect. Right? And this physical aspect we share with mineral world. The heaviness, all right, the gravity, the space, all that. Now, let us start. Come to the center. Okay, I'm just using my hand, but then consider this is like I'm using both the hands. Come to your center. Right? This is your center, both. Just feel. This is me. This is my space. This is the center. And then breathe out. Breathe out. Out, out. You can go out. Breathe out. Right. Just experience it. Go and then slowly breathe in. Come to your center. You can hear me, right? Yes. Come to your center. Feel the center. This is your center. Again, go out. Go out to the periphery. This, if you do it more in physical realms, then you can see that you are completely opening. Then now I'm focusing only on breathing in and breathing out. Okay? Breathe out. Breathe. Coming to the center. Going to the periphery. Coming to the inward, inside yourself. Inwardness. Going outside. And this going outside, look at it in your lives, how much you come into the center and how much you are going out. Come to the center. Feel the ground beneath you. Right. Thank you. Now, when I said breathing out, most of us can imagine we are breathing out. Breathing out on the break, that is one extreme. And sometimes there are some people breathing in. Me, mine, mera choice, mera ye, mera. Me, that is another one. Isn't it? And many people are scared to go out. Some people are scared to come in. And you see the extremes? And these extremes, if we are stuck in one of the extremes, that becomes imbalance. And we lose the ease. And then this ease happens. And this ease creates diseases of all the systems. our physical body and non-physical life. All right. So this is one aspect. So today we are going to have an exercise. Exercises will give you so one more thing, I'm telling you, this art aspect, whatever we are doing, it's not about knowing about please, not knowing about art. It is just doing it. It is not about the outcome. The piece of art mein acha lagega, piece of art and all that. Where no, it's not about creating something piece of art. If you want to do it, you do it. But it's only about creating the process. Just going through the process. It's nothing about perfect. Finally, we are enough of being perfect. And I think we should start doing workshops how to be imperfect. That is where we are human, right? Too much of perfection ho gaya. So now you just take a paper and pen should become and then you are doing something. Now please pen and paper, bus, paper, or pencil. Can you hear me? Yeah. Create something which is like in short, you know. All right, and whatever you say. The point is, I want to really express that therapeutic art can separate feeling and be a medicine. All right, that is the main point. Yeah. All right. Exercise is time bound. Well, I will give only 10 minutes each. Okay, 10 minutes. And this exercise is divided into parts. So one is the time begins now. All right. 10 minutes. ये भी होगा मेरे को 10 minutes में आप ही बता दीजिए. All right. So you're going Just draw whatever you feel like. It can be anything. All right. And just draw whatever it is you can draw. All right. Whatever. जो भी मन में आए फ्लावर ये वो है कुछ भी कैसे भी करो द टाइम नाउ प्लीज ड्रॉ देखो ना देखो क्या भी देखो कुछ भी एनीथिंग यू कैन ड्रॉ या you can draw you can write something anything हाँ हाँ yeah. Continue to do it. Some of you may have finished early and they'll be waiting. Watch yourself. You may think, oh, ab aage kya hai? That also you observe yourself. It's all about observing your thoughts. Observe your thoughts. Sometimes you may have past memories, childhood memories, something you have like some happy moments. You can add that there. You may think it is over, but still continue. One more minute. So continue. Still continue. You have time. This is an appointment with yourself. Right? I think last 1 more minute. 1 minute है ना अभी 33 है. So in the last minute, somebody who has finished, just look at the process of how you began, how the process was. You drew, there was some thought process which you started from. Can you imagine? You started from some imagination. And we are like giving the day of creativity. You have created, like you saw, you had some idea, you had only one paper. Then you thought something, brought it down, and you started developing it. And while you are developing in these 10 minutes, there were some more thoughts, some more thoughts, some more thoughts. Can you see that? The process and the process development. I could see some cases, same faces. I said, okay, finish. I said, no, continue. So can you see that us? It's very difficult to be with us. Can you see that? Now let us acknowledge for what you have done. Wow, amazing. Can you see, first of all, there was a creativity. Second, it's not about the outcome. It was about your imagination. You brought it down. It could have been one dot, but that would have been the major imagination. Maybe it was a holiday in your native place as a child, right? And then you were with yourself. That is the process. And I gave you 10 minutes. I would have given some more time. And now, in these 10 minutes, which you spent with yourself, all right? I really want some few sharing. How was it for you for these 10 minutes? How was it? Relaxing? Okay. Anything else? Focused? Yes. And? Good childhood memories? Yes. Yes. Liberating? Yes. Being want to stop? Yes. Coordination, yes. What a thinking about that is, yes. Anything? Imagination, yes. Exactly. This was quiet. When you see that for 10 minutes, what all we had, things would have come with, but when you are doing this, you are here. This became right. Yes, anything else? Was there joy? Yes, you see. Yeah, exploring thoughts and with one focus. Yeah. Yes, adding that into picture. So from invisible thing, you brought it to visible. Right? This 10 minutes. Now I really want all of you to really reflect the picture backwards from where it started. The physical, like we were standing there as a physical body. Can you see somewhere we started from invisible thing? We went back to the invisible, and whatever you created and giving you happiness, joy, fulfillment, creativity. These are the feelings which create our positive hormones. Positivity, it is just simple thing. All right. So now, this is one exercise. This is when I gave you freedom to be, whatever way you did. Now, see, one more exercise you will be doing, but this will be little less, 7 minutes, because you have become masters now. You can try anything. Warming up हो गया है, अभी direct सीधा artist. So now that another one more paper you are receiving, हाँ तुम पीछे कर दीजिए, yeah, behind. Second part. Okay. Now this paper, here look at it. Now this paper, there will be two instructions. Now you are drawing with instructions. ठीक है? इस instruction में दो होगा. One, you will have a ground below. Ground below. All right, anything. The ground below, and there will be one center. First of all, either you start from below or you create center, or you start center and below. I would prefer center. Now you see this picture. You have this paper, one paper, Shilpi, you can give one. Consider now we are doing horizontal, okay? Please, बातें नहीं करना है. You be with yourself. Okay, now ये paper जो है, this is a paper. In therapeutic art, this also is important. This way you do or this way you do. When you see this way is kind of you are alert, you are standing. Consider this is you. It works on whole human body, especially your back. I'll be adding some therapeutic angle also in between. All right. So this is like you're standing. So this is you. And there are certain way we actually act with this. Just in the evening, I will do that exercise. But now we are doing this. Why this? Because this is working in your center, the rhythmic system, heart and lungs. Horizontal for rhythmic system, your core of heart and lungs, circulatory system, breathing system. That is your life source, right? Yeah, यहीं से तो सब कुछ है. So now ये यहाँ पर आता है. तो in this is you. Now you are finding your center. All right, and that center रहेगा, and then you create a ground, and then you draw something which you really think could be your future plan or कुछ तो goal है, there's something you want to write, which is really a focused and you're clear about it. You're clear about it. All right. Center and then you do any trees हो, जो भी करना है करो. But उसके साथ में आपको एक कुछ तो उसके पीछे कुछ होना चाहिए. Some purpose. Right? Any doubts about this? Purpose मतलब कुछ तो, anything. But कुछ तो होगा. Something you are growing. आपको कुछ hospital बनाना हो, या clinic बनाना हो, या कुछ तो अपना support कुछ करना है. Be there behind some idea, some intention you want to fulfill. Use your life, some intention. You got it? So you please start. These two steps are common. Yeah. 7 minutes exercise. Seven minutes exercise. Okay, everybody is clear now about this exercise? Can you hear me? Okay, great. He didn't understand. Okay, I think, so in this exercise, you were there when you did this? You came late. This was free. Anything you can do. Okay, that will do it later. Then you will know the comparison. What you do, you find the center in the paper. And then you also have something ground that we did the exercise, like you stood and saw where you are standing. Okay, then we did. Clear? All right. Consider you are in the painting now. You are inside. It can be anything, any nature thing, it can be plants, it can be trees, anything can, like house you already did, many people did. But now you know that there is ground also below the house. You're not aware earlier, isn't it? Okay, there could be something, then you bring something to the center, you know. Can be sun, it can be tree, it can be anything, flower, whatever. All right. It's become so quiet and the engagement is the next level. Can you see that? Now saw the difference now? Now just experience the experience. Earlier, it was just experiencing. All right. And you're just free, you're doing it, engaging the process, developing, all that. Now, the next exercise, you are in again deeper. I mean, you are focused. So, what was your experience? This next exercise, second exercise. More concrete thought. Yes, yes. And visualizing, yes. Exactly. And more focused and more concrete, as you said, then imagining, but visualizing and bringing that exactly there. Yes. Anything else? Expanding the imagination with purpose. Now there was a purpose. Isn't it? Yes. Anything else? Getting clarity what you want. Wonderful. Yes. Anything? Manifesting. Yeah, manifesting. Yes. Anything? Yes. Which was different from, yeah. Happiness. Sense of deep fulfillment, actually. Something has come in, right? Sense of fulfillment. Yes. Anything else?
Standard idea, holistic idea.
Holistic idea. That idea, now it has come here manifested, isn't it? Exactly. Yes. Anything else? Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Anything else? Here, you can share this side. Yeah.
Continuation of thought.
Continuation of thoughts, right? And
How you
how you relax after you achieve. Like for example, you have thoughts and things. Now you are broad, very focused, right? And how you relax, you are asking me. Hmm. Relax your life. Just be with the question. That is a question for me. You are asking, or you did? Okay. After the responsibilities are done, then that you how you relax, right? Contentment. Yeah,
I can do something.
you can do something. Yeah, you can. You can do something. And that is, you can imagine. Excuse me, please. All the students, can you just come up? You see, there is no right answer, wrong answer. Yeah, just share. What did you feel? How was it for you? Yeah. About the exercise and how what happened to you, like when you were doing the exercise. Yeah. Pardon? Independent thought. Yes, independent thought. Yeah. Looking myself, yeah, looking yourself. So you are there again, next level, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. Anybody else?
I think it's calm and cool. Calm and cool.
Common? Yeah.
Calm and cool.
Calm and cool. Yeah, calm and cool. It is your world. You are creating it. You are focusing it. Right? And you know, come from somewhere, there also two more shares. Feeling? Well, I could see that. I could see, but still continuing. Can you see that? And there was no kind of time there. Time was less to create more. So you were more into action, more into your will than here. You got that? Yes. Anything? Motivation. Yeah, you were motivated to do something like you're doing it. Now, I will also say something. This paper, there was something very special here in this when we started the process. What was that?
We focused on it one.
Yeah, there was a center. There was a center, isn't it? Ground. There was a center, there was a ground, a kind of safety, security there. Yes, you are in the balance. Always you know where to go, not this side or that side. There is focus always. Hey, this is my center. This is where. And I have very safe ground below. Grounding and balancing. Wonderful. And you can play anything when you have grounding and balance. You have a center, you have this. You go anywhere. But you have your own safety. But in this, there is no center and no ground. This is a way of breathing out. Can you see that? This is all breathing out. So much is there. Creating, imagining. This is first step. This is hygienic art therapy. You can do it everybody and all that. But when it is curative art therapy, the person needs to be first grounded and centered. And then you can do whatever you can play around. Right? Then when we know that this is our ground and this is our center. Again, the same exercise we did. Breathing out, breathing in. You go out to the periphery. You have safety to your center. And then you slowly go out, come back to the center. And stand where you want to be. So this actually is another domain of simple drawing. All right. So here, then here, with this ground, I can create anything. This is one more thing we are developing. One more thing is, see here, there was water, I was doing boats, there was something, birds and all. But here, when a center came, then some different ideas also came. It could be sunrise, right? There is something ground here. So there will be some boundary between ground and water. And there are some people here. There is a shelter here. And the boats. So I can create some stories here. See, the trees are grown here. There is growth also. The process of growth is there. Process of security, shelter is there. Process of warmth is there. You can create so many stories. There are morning, people have gone out, they have gone, and they are coming inside, or it can be sunset. So many things can be there, story in this. And in this story also, that can be a story also here. New idea is coming up, and I'm going to create this. Something is growing. So your life story also will be there. You are putting seeds there, so that it is going to grow. What kind of seeds you have to create so that these ideas will grow. And this landscape will be your landscape. It can continue this kind of landscape. Every year you can take this as your own landscape, as well as somebody in patients who are stuck. You know, I said some people are stuck, extreme, some people are too much outside. What is the condition of stuck and outside in medical terms? Anxiety, hysteric, delusions, all everywhere, okay, not grounded and not in the center. And some fear center, rigidity, depression, heavy, down, introverts, stuck inside. They can come outside. Just allow, they're just going outside. And somewhere they are there, they can come inside.
The balance of godliness.
Yes, that is what happens here. You have center and you have ground. You have freedom and you have responsibility. Both together. Which adds to whatever treatment you are doing, but this without even saying, without telling them, look, this counseling happens, but this exercise works in your, this element. Which is that element? The experience. Experience. All right. As a therapist, for watching their experiences, their movement. And as a therapist, as a therapy person who has experience, not experience, unless we experience, we can't share, we can't experience what they're experiencing. Right? And then we are, as I said, first was physical world. And I think when is the break? 12:30? 12:30? 12:30 है ना आराम से. So now I will tell you more. You can keep all that aside. And before you keep aside, whatever I would have said, you please write it down. You just write it down what you felt. It is you. The last almost 25-30 minutes, you had an appointment with yourself. Most of us, we do work for others. We keep our appointment outside, right? And today, this morning, you were with yourself. Okay? So please write it down how I felt, what I did. These were the steps I took. So we are going both, one side art, other side science. This methods, the steps, these are all actually, it is kind of physiology, it's working in our systems. We are not just going everywhere and just floating. No, we are doing systematically, but still we are touching the experiences. We are doing systematically. Write it down, the steps. First exercise, steps 1, 2, 3, and my experiences or my thoughts on the paper itself, on the page itself. My thoughts, how was my feelings? My thoughts would be, I'm imagining, I'm remembering, I'm thinking, that is my thought. Those are my thoughts. My feelings are, it is wonderful, or I'm happy, I enjoyed it. It was content, fulfillment. They are called feelings. And how I did it was step 1, 2, 3. Then we are engaging our feeling and acting. Those are the 3 aspects of being human. We are thinking beings, feeling beings, acting beings. We are engaging all the 3. This is self-reflection, self-observation, self-discovery, that oh, if I do this, I feel good, or I don't like it. Unless you do this some activity, how will you know that you like it or not? Knowing yourself. All right. So can you see that you are breathing or watching or observing or fulfilling ing. Can you see you were living in the moment? That is the present. You were not in the past, neither you were in the future. You were right now. During all the artistic activities, you live in the moment. And that is process. And that process is life. So in artistic elements, you live, you breathe, you act. That is human. Human beings processes. And that is how our medicine, our wisdom of medicine work, right? We work on the processes, not end result. End result, yes, there are some emergency medicines. We have to do certain things. End result, में करना पड़ता है, emergency. But actually, from where it started somewhere, and the whatever came. But we looking at being in the moment, being in the present. So this is the world of processes. This is present. Timelessness. This is a world of timelessness. I assure you, many people have forgotten the time, isn't it? This is a moment of timelessness, being in the moment, in the present. Yes, just process. Be with the process. Have all the world's freedom to be in the process. And the good news is, you can create any process. Whatever has happened, whatever we may have, but we have the ability to create anything because we are focusing not on the end result, focusing in the process. All right? And that world of processes, that world of timelessness and the time is the world of our energy field, aura, or pranamaya kosha. Physical body has got weight, measure, isn't it? Time, birth, ye sab hai. Between birth and death. But what about the field around us, the pranamaya kosha? Right? That is the second element of us. All right, here now I'm going to talk about the wisdom of being human, which is actually all of you already know. Okay, but for me it was in the wisdom when I came to know about anthroposophic medicine, I thought that is the source of it and it is so simple. We can literally make it kind of very simple. So that is, I felt is the main integrated complementary system. That is anthroposophic medicine, I feel is integrated. It is complementary and it is own tradition. And we all are everywhere. We are just in the process of health, healing, and we are integrating that for us, right? So now when I said physical body, which I said, which is shared. What is earth element? Earth element is something which is fixed, which is rigid, which is heavy, has a measurement. That is element earth. If anybody has something to talk, you can share here. Anything? Any questions? Because we have very less time, so I want to complete this aspect. Okay, thank you. Because I think you all students are the future of our world, future of this, generation. And I feel when you get this wisdom, whichever way you are, whichever subject and whatever you are taking, if you look at human being, that this is the wisdom we carry. We are not only physical being, we are many, like as I said, health is state of what? Well-being. It's not about freedom from diseases or illnesses, right? It is, we know that it is a well-being from where? Physical well-being. Then physical well-being also has our energy well-being. Both are together. Then comes our mental, emotional well-being. Then comes our spiritual well-being, the spirit in us, the master, that spirit. Imagine people have physical problems, disability, but how strong the spirit is. That spirit, that spiritual well-being and social well-being. We create ours, everything will be fine, but somebody in the family may be sick. Something in society may be troubling us. That is social well-being. And it also has financial well-being. Nowadays, everywhere, there are some 4 or 5 levels of well-being we are facing now. And every aspect will impact us. Isn't it? So once we know about human patient comes as a thing, we anywhere I can be, as a doctor, whichever science I belong to, or therapist, first thing is I need to know all these spaces, all these dimensions of being human. Then only my diagnosis also will be like that. All of you know the physical diagnosis, emotional diagnosis, spiritual diagnosis, social diagnosis, and the financial diagnosis. So many things will come together. All right, then there will be no ease situation. And of course, health. Health is state of balance. And mind you, always we have to discover balance ongoingly. And that is the art. Physical body, why here I am connecting that we think we are having our own ideas, likes, dislikes, we are this, my name is, but actually we are not. We are like a drop in the sea. After physical, we are just one. There is no boundaries there. Only physical is the boundary. You got it? So how much we are connected to the macrocosmos? We are just a microcosmos connected to macrocosmos. I feel that needs to be the future of, I feel I think individuality is also, with individuality, the communication, connection to the macrocosmos is also, we have come where we will go, imagine if I am upset, how it will impact the air element somewhere. If I am too rigid, what will impact? How it will impact my well? Imagine, hey, what I'm just opening a door. What is happening out there is coming from within each one of us. The imbalance is with one of us, all of us. There is a massive, I tell you one very, when I heard first time how we are connected to the whole universe. I will add that in the last and tell you, I said, oh, wow, that means I need to be extremely careful what I think, what I feel, and what I act. Where my physical body is, where my pranamaya kosha, where my manomaya kosha, and vijnanamaya kosha. You create that ultimate. So our resource, our source is that. So we connecting to the source one side and going to the periphery, to the science side. That is where the actual meeting point in breathing is, I feel. Okay. So that bridge from inner world and outside world, that is one language for that. So here, Dr. Steiner does one beautiful verse, exact words, I don't know, but I will share what I got was, he says, like a story I'm sharing with you, just if you want to take it, take or not. So this is the one that all human souls, or human beings, it said that these people were so much, advanced in communication. Maybe we all are like that now, communicating all over the world. We like communication is part of this. I can connect with physical or non-physical, whatever connection is there. But there was some breakdown. The breakdown was the more people were connecting, the more they were becoming distant in the middle realm, in the relationship. And that they did not know what kind of language to use there. Language. So all the went and asked the mighty, almighty, and they said, we know all kind of language, right? But we don't know one language which can connect to the heart. Then that almighty bestowed one language, art. Art is the language of heart. Whether it is music or anything, you can connect to anybody, any age. Any step. Art is a language. So now I go to the domain. It is called Ekhi. We say Pranamaya Kosha. This is we call Annamaya Kosha. This is Pranamaya Kosha. And then this we share this or minerals. We share with the minerals. Okay, all calcium outside, under hai, सब कुछ मतलब mineral physical body. This energy body we share with plants because they also grow, right? They also like there is a plant. What plants do? They grow and then they give this. There is energy around them and nourishment. Everything comes from. So this is life force, life energy, water. All of us know the water element. It is not about that water. It is the element water, which is what is the quality of water? Flowing, exactly. And
Oxygen.
okay, flow, oxygen in that, yes. Flexibility, change the form depending on the environment, right? Adjustment, life giving force. Imagine 70% of us is that. That means we have capacity of water. We also should be flowing and adapting and flexible in the country. We don't have that. We don't behave like water. What happens? Imbalance. We become like earth. Sorry. Okay. So quality. This mineral quality we need it for grounding. हाँ तो बस 25%. नेक्स्ट आएगा 25% में वो सब चाहिए. हमारे थिंकिंग ऑल्सो हैज टू बी फ्लूइड, फ्लेक्सिबल, सब कुछ. नाउ नेक्स्ट कम्स इमोशनल बॉडी. उसको हम बोलते हैं क्वेश्चन. उसका क्या काम है? व्हाट इज द एलिमेंट हियर? व्हाट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ एयर? Movement. Yeah. Diffusion, yes. Huh? Movement, breath. It is breath. It takes ekdam quick. What kind of air qualities we need? Imagine this element, and this element is also one problem here. From here we become conscious. Right, wrong, where it lives, it lives, right, wrong, good, bad, should, shouldn't, tamed all polarities. Either उधर दोनों तरफ, कभी इधर तो कभी उधर. Somebody really humiliates me, finish, gone. Or this, the reactions, the desires, the instincts, all come from Manomaya Kosha. And this is actually, if you look at, she's conscious. I will say she because or she or you just don't mind. But this aspect is conscious aspect. Till here we are sleeping. Like please ना कट करो तो होता थोड़ी है बेचारा, वो खुद भी ग्रो होता है. Stone भी वैसे ही होता है. तो here it is stone, here it is growing, now it is moving. Okay, one element of us also, like, see, I am coming to human beings. I am still in the different worlds, kingdoms. So this kingdom, air kingdom, is animals. We share with animals. So animal in us, isn't it? We are like cunning like nobody's. Very tiger जैसा एकदम खतरनाक, bouncing, isn't it all? But grounded like elephants, and there are actually, you won't believe this, our temperaments are depending on that. Sanguine temperament like butterflies, not grounded. ये भी अच्छा लगता है, वो भी अच्छा लगता है. इसको भी छोड़ा, इसको छोड़ दिया, इसको भी अच्छा लगा. Beauty, all that. I will not go in depth. But our human quality, soul realm है ये. Soul quality depends on, that is animal realm. That is why the zodiac sign is animal sign. We are connected to a planet, another world, planetary influence. इसको बोलते हैं astral body हमारे anthroposophy में. Astral body बोलते हैं because it comes from astronomy. That's science. The astral is what planets and fixed stars and all that. Okay. तो ये हमारे लिए क्या है? This is air element and animal in us. Animals also have. Pardon? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it comes from depth of the soul, right? So all this coming from and all our reactions, everything is given. And you know what? It's not bad. I will tell you, she only tells us beauty also. This is like so many. This is the perception, living aspect and breathing aspect, love, hate, all our emotional aspects. They come from this world, this kingdom. Like animals, so sweet, like faithfulness of dog. You know, but animals are group souls. इसीलिए अगर एक कुत्ते को इंजरी हुआ तो all the dogs will cry. Have you noticed? One crow is the crows will come. That means that they have group souls. That is why they look similar. All right? But we are not that. We also are somebody more than that. That is our Vijnanamaya Kosha. That is I, our will, the I consciousness. Here the I consciousness. And this I consciousness is beyond our feelings, our emotions. I may feel very tired, but still I said I will come here. I came here. I took my body, dragged my body. Why? Because I said to somebody, I'm coming here, I came here. Can you see? There is master within. I feel it's like Krishna with on animals. We are animals will go this side, that side, this. But there has to be somebody master who is having. That is why animals have masters. See, physically, lion के सामने, tiger के सामने, what क्या है? But still, human being can control animals. So this is what is all about our I. The I is not the ego one. The I can go this side. I will not go that side. Sorry. I is always, he watches on this, right, wrong. I may say, okay, maybe it looks wrong, but I think there must be some positive here. Wait, don't react. That means your master is strong. Here, now you feel, of course, when this is in balance, then it is like Ananda. So always life, everything is all about all the four in harmony. If एक भी अबंधा उसमें से ज्यादा हुआ, तो everything will become weak. Consider all this, the whole life is about who creates balance? The master creates balance. So this master needs to be very strong. That is the will, the I. If I said, now, then as I said, this thing, it's where Manomaya Kosha. As I said, thinking, feeling, willing. From here, the consciousness begins. So consciously thinking, consciously feeling, and consciously doing. Or else, if we leave with this, madam, or our inner feeling realm, then she will literally push this fellow out. You say, no, I don't feel that person. Imagine, just feel, just now think about some situations where you are very upset. And what kind of thoughts you had, what kind of feelings you had, and how you reacted. Can you see that? Then that I was somewhere, I don't know where that I was gone. But my that same situation, if the I is very much active, then what I will say, wait, I filled thoughts, I filled feelings, I filled action. And that is bringing ease back. That is the source of health. Now, art therapy, how it works. You took the paper, you took the pencil, you thought, you drew, you draw whatever you have done. You thought whatever it is. You took time to do all that and you kept aside. All that was your master was active. Can you see that? All will activity feeling. You did something, you felt good. You were responsible. You did not draw on some other's paper and scratch there. Like, small children, they do, naughty children, right? You didn't do that. You are so much grounded, centered. You created something. Can you see how beautiful it is? Through art, you can literally be this bring balance here. And you got today was like 0.0000% of the glimpse. Okay, now see how much, just imagine in this room, if everything was black and white, just black and white, how it would have been. And when there are colors, there are different shapes, forms, that gives us the richness of being alive. Isn't it? The richness of being alive comes from art. And in our culture, it is already there, but we are not mindful about it. The marriages, the colors, so beautiful. See the rose, that mala. Can you see so therapeutic it is? Looking at that, and somebody who has done it, how much a focused work it is. There are workshops, tying flowers, isn't it? That itself, just tying flowers, and that bringing all the balance there. How much green, how much red, how much yellow, what kind of flowers. So much of thought process has happened there in this mala. Right? So beautiful. Just imagine this we do consciously. I tell patients, all cancer patients, just tell them, look, slow down. How can you slow down? If I tell slow down, no, नहीं करेंगे. What I say, okay, don't buy ready-made garlands, gods. Just bring flowers. उससे भी ज्यादा grow अगर जगह है तो. Then you work it. Go grow with that process of that seed towards the plant. There's so much of your are engaged in that. Or all of you together sit, do something together, some activity, some stitching activity, or some planning for cooking, or even cooking can be art. Any handwork can be art. Looking at colors can be art, right? And sunrise, sunset can be art. Just looking, just doing anything mindfully is art. Rangoli is art, it is form drawing. People come and do research, the Tamil Nadu, houses are this much actually, but Andhra, so big 14 days or something. And people from Russia and Germany, when they come there only for research, looking at the form drawing, how they do it. And our own drawings, our own rich culture from north to south, every aspect of our culture, temples and the mosques, what do you see? When you start looking, that is why our ancestors, that was part of us. Dance, music, or successful, or what you call emperors or the people, they have art, very important aspect in their kingdom. Right? So this, not consciously doing it. When we are looking at something, going to temple next time, I really you to get distracted. Look at those beautiful aspects there. Or when you're looking at them bud, or you plant, or the green around the trees and plants, everything. Have you noticed how many types of shapes of leaves are there in your garden? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed how the flowers, each flower, the color is different, not the same? Just spending time, just 5 minutes, looking around. It's a you get that? So you being creative, looking at what can we do? Just asking, okay, ये है, वो है, ठीक है, balcony है, ठीक है, कौन सा color था? Sunset का कौन सा color था? Looking at sunset, I don't know how many times we have really looked at the sunset. उतना time है हमारे पास sunset और sunrise के लिए, है ना? Simple. So this is what is simple, and you realize this. And I also said thinking, you thought, you felt, and you. That is, I said exercise. You have to write it down. What are my thoughts? And who does it? I does it. I was carrying the body and stood. I faced that pressure, that resistance. I thought, I felt, I acted. So you are engaging your I in all the realms. All right. So we will end here. You have the good lunch. Yeah.
Hey, once we started, we
Yeah.
have more time, so we can take
Yeah.
115 we can take for lunch.
115. Painting का चलेगा directly. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we will, and because we started, you have different types of art. You people are not thinking. Students, you should ask me. Art therapy मतलब कितना type का है, क्या है, how it works. You don't want to know that? You want to know art therapy. Right. So art comes from poetry. Poetry. Now you see, there are so many beautiful songs. How they touch us? Because there are two things there. There is music and content. Which we have. And that moment it moves us. Yes.
Students are like
हाँ,
more about
हाँ.
how this can be translated as a, clinical knowledge.
Clinical. Yes, very good, very good. Application, all this, how can you apply? First, I tell you all this, then you see apply with your patients. All right? So now, as I said, first thing is poetry. Also, like, many, if you know Urdu language, there is one poem, one, what you call, Jo Bhi Bolo, which really worked on my life from the beginning is, को कर बुलंद कि हर तकदीर से पहले, that खुद बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी क्या है, right? Yeah. So now just look, this is just some content and somebody wrote it. Can you see how it impacted us? Initially, when I saw that I was 3.5 years old, I used to go to my nurse. खुद ही तो कर बुलंद कि हर तकदीर से खुद ही तो कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद के बस तेरी रजा क्या है. Yeah, that means you rise yourself खुद in such level that God will ask you, it is beyond your destiny, that God will ask you, what do you want? Most of us are stopped, this is my destiny, this is my destiny. And he says, you go beyond that. So you have direct dialogue. I mean, this was when I heard first time, please listen, first time I didn't understand. Second time I saw this, didn't understand. As the age, like moving, being with that, now I slowly, little bit I understand what that poet meant. So like this, we have so many poets, so many, they have written like Tagore, the Swastikala Niketan. I mean, I'm very much inspired by Tagore's multifaceted personality. But then there are so many poets. So that is healing. Many people, if somebody says in poetry, that touches your heart. So that is first aspect of art therapy, poetry. Then comes here eurythmy. There is like, we have our own, we have certain words which are visible in sound, soundlessness to sound. Even these mantras, they have their own energy, they have their own sound. All right? It is therapeutic. As somebody asked, right? So you also know where first you see one thing you have to do. Art therapy, all of you need to practice first. Don't just give them, मैंने बोला दे दो. No, first you need to practice. You experience first, like how you did. Now you know what can be done. Number one. Now, and you need to be, I think we healers also, our doctors, we need to be not needs to be healed first. Then we can, because this works at the level of your middle realm, the being realm. The being realm cannot be spoken. It needs to be shared. To be that, then only I can share to somebody. Otherwise, it will not land properly. All right. So you're sharing yourself. Now, second thing I said about words and visible speech, we call it unity in anthroposophic medicine, like yoga for naturopathy. Like that, there is unity in anthroposophic medicine, where they make this visible speech. You with me. The speech is visible. Like how like that, there are like vowels and consonants. And each vowel and consonants has a movement. And that like starts with and consonants gives the so this is like put it into therapeutic sequence, like cancer sequence or arthritis sequence. So bring that kind of that way. So that's another level. But yes, we can use as a mantras, the sound, healing, that words. And here there are two types. Huh? Always art therapy has two types. One is hygienic, can be given to anybody, but one is curative. Curative is you have to be careful where your exercises are going. Once a person is one-sided, then you need to be balancing as a doctor. You need to give only hygienic. If they are reacting, they are having something, headache or blah, blah, then you have to really slow. I asked you, what is your experience? You may have somebody headache also. Fine, you just accept, fine, you had headache. Observe, just observe, nothing else. Just you're observing, you're not adding anything there. And how we react, our choice, isn't it? We will be. So that then comes your music. Music is also very important therapy. And very, very careful. You have to be extremely careful when you are giving music because we are open. And our backbone is like all these vibrations come, and we also know which level the music works. Like beat works at the metabolism. Beat works at the metabolism. That is why when you hear beat, you feel like moving, isn't it? The beat is at the metabolism, movement. Then rhythm comes here, heart and lungs. 1:4. Breathing 18, heartbeat 70. 18:72. There is rhythm, right? 1:4. The rhythmic, the piano, Roger, the rhythmic music, it works balancing here. But you know that where you can bring balance. Best is to the music. All right. Singing. Singing is also will activity. And one more thing I will say. When you are doing some, I understand of us listen to music when we are driving or we are talking. But when you are going into therapeutic level, please don't do that. That will go and create kind of chaos inside. When you are listening to music, just listening to music. And that is one more beautiful exercise, mindfulness. Do one thing at a time. Just one thing at a time. You are with the partner, be with the partner. You are with the child, be with the child. Don't allow anything else to say, like, most of the times parents are busy and child said, Amma, Amma, Appa. No, one Amma or one Appa finish that world is that. This is the investment we are doing. That means mindful, eating, sleeping. To music, listening to music. You are doing full because that is the art that you are engaging your eye, your emotional body, your energy body, your physical body. All four harmony, whatever you are doing. That is the secret of health. Engaging all the four elements. All right. So that then comes singing. In the singing, you do all. So singing में होता है will activity. से शुरू होता है. तो singing is very good will activity. Somebody who has very poor will, you can just tell them that singing is an exercise. Rhythmically, rhythm is very important. Time is very important because time and rhythm is your energy body. And imagine 70% of your body is water and energy is 70%. And that is time and rhythm. And somebody, they say, if somebody keeps up time, 90% of the thing, the person will be healthy. That comes there. The time body or the rhythm body is your this body. Anyway, so then comes singing, I said. Then next level is drawing. Drawing, you did it. So you are enhancing, you are strengthening your thinking process. It's a black and white or colored pencils or charcoal. Best is to use charcoal because it's coming from the natural resource. Okay, drawing. So that means you're bringing, there is no like gray areas there, isn't it? Somebody who is very weak and drawing is fine for them. But who are already very ekdam A, B, C, D, like, but then do you think drawing will be good? They need the other side. I mean, something breathing out, something balancing. But then you need to know what to do, where to give, what kind of exercises. But basically focus, concrete, you're creating the whatever idea into manifestation, all that comes from drawing. And different types. And then comes, they are drawing maybe different types, but basically drawing. And then comes painting. Painting is one more very important area. Painting also with what? Oils or acrylic or watercolors, which then best is plant colors, but it is very difficult practically, but closest is watercolors. Why watercolor? Because in the watercolor realm, you meet all the four elements. Tell me how you meet the four elements there in watercolor painting. There's somebody maybe painting and all, no? How? Anything you can say. Okay, you on what? Paper. Paper is what? Physical. Very good. Yes. Physical, right? And then next is water. You have water. Then color. Color is coming from the light source. Okay, that means air element, right? And who is doing it? Yes. So all four are engaged in painting. All right. So that happens, and then comes clay. So painting also is fine. There are many types of painting, like balancing hair or breathing out hair. There are so many, like, sometimes stuck. Usko hum jaake to just they need to breathe out. Or they have to create boundary. There are exercises, creating boundary, breathing out, and coming back to center. So that the painting. Then comes clay. Clay is what you use physical. Clay, which is weight, creates space. So when you are doing, just imagine you are doing clay. What do you do with clay? What are you doing like this? Shaping, forming, which is doesn't have form, which doesn't have shape. So you're bringing back the shape. Then you are also creating form. Now translate that into your thinking. Can you see that? Something in your body which has lost form, too much fluid, no control. You are trying to do that. So in a way, you are actually engaging the soul, the non-physical element of the person, and bringing that in the, that is clay. Another clay also, there are certain exercises in clay. Then comes next level is the handwork or movement. Okay, in that can be handwork or embroidery, सब उसी में आता है, embroidery हो, any handwork also, it's trying to focus, bringing form, all that is there. Then comes movement also is the one thing. Drama is another aspect that also is important. Drama, we're connecting to the realm of reality, right? And bringing that in the, like creating different, pictures. Like sometimes most of us, we think whatever life we are leading is the real and we are stuck. But maybe that also is one kind of drama only, We are also playing a role, right? So that everything, from first breath to last breath. Somebody said, what is the story of life? It is between first breath, cry, and last breath. So in between is जो भी होता है, first drama हो रहा है. But I may say like that, but for some people it is the life. They're stuck there. So how about that really looking at the drama also works. So that is why we like all the pictures, movies and all that, When we see like we can't move from our chair, but when we feel like how heroine fights and all that, we feel very good looking at that. Because someone deep inside we want, but we cannot do it. Right, yes. So drama also is quite good that way. And but one thing, drama is very healthy, like Tagore. There's space drama because here I may move, person who is sitting also moves with me in the same speed. Whereas the reels and this within one, reels में देखा ना आपने एक 30-90 सेकेंड में one year का painting they show 15 seconds. I mean, can you imagine the disconnect? And then what will happen to the future generation when they really live in the reality, in real life? They'll get bored. That is major breakdown. Reality and the truth and untruth. There is so much of gap. That's the first thing. Even the movies came, they were upset. Some people initially they said 3 घंटा में तो पूरा बाप से मतलब बच्चे से बड़ा होकर father becomes something, son, and all that happens, right? बच्चे से बड़ा होगा, बड़े से वो होगा, उसका बच्चा होगा, 3 घंटे में सब खत्म हो जाएगा. 3 जनरेशन से 3 घंटे में खत्म. So many people didn't like. हाँ, दूसरा जन्म है उसका, वो गाना बिना सब उसमें और अभी तो शायद 15 सेकंड में हो जाएगा. Right? So that way, that itself is like our body is experiencing shock. These shocks, unnatural shocks, are also creating no ease situation. Subconsciously. Yeah, we are not grounded. And we don't have ground, we don't have center, तो कहीं भी चले जाएंगे flow में, right? So this way, so that, yeah.
Case examples, like how you use this therapy.
Right. Yeah.
How you use this therapy. That,
Yes.
we can connect that.
Connect, yeah. I will complete and then back. Yeah. And then lastly, it is architecture. Even that is art therapy. How, I mean, the architecture, remember, and they say art, please listen. Somewhere I feel anything. Can you hear me? In the back, yeah? Can you hear me? All right. So now the art came, art history and human soul milestone, मतलब history came together. That is why you can say the olden art and this art. So then those structures are also important. Those temples, why there were domes, why there were churches like these pyramids, everything. The architecture is also art. All right. So that is another domain. Now, all of that, whenever I said, how can you apply? And as I said, I'm going to give some examples where I applied this and how it was. One girl, this girl was around, yeah, she is 19-year-old and very big built because parents were big. They were all, mother herself was 9'11", big built, and father 6'4". And this girl, when she was in 6th standard, 7th, she was 5'9" and big. Okay, so obviously body shaming we call it. In the school, everybody used to tell her something, and she went into so much of introvert aspect. She was not ready to accept that she is like that, or because her, genetic whatever predisposition. She went into sixth standard, her marks fell, and she didn't want to meet anybody. That stuff, and she was on antidepressant medicines. I was shocked actually. She was dose because of her weight. And this way she continued. And then when she was 9th and 10th standard, she wanted to go, 11th only. She wanted to go to Australia because her brother was studying. She said, I want to study there. But what was that she was struggling was reducing weight. No, in COVID, COVID, what happened? She was depressed, right? She ate so much that she was almost 110 kilos. And then it was so horrible that suddenly she decided, I want to lose weight. She used to go to the gym. Can you imagine 4 to 5 hours gymming? No food. She went into starvation and gym. Then her BP was so high, 180, 110 like that. And hardly 18 to 19-year-old. Totally introvert, not ready to listen to anybody. Very, very violent. I mean, it was so irritating. Only 2 children. Parents were, they didn't know what to do. So that is how the father told me that my daughter, this is happening, what to do. And then I just sat with her. I said, oh my God, this is the situation where no words can convey anything. Nothing. That is where the art came to rescue. Nothing. I said, don't do, just come regularly. Let us do painting. And she was doing something horrifying, something she was doing. But then we started step by step, looking at bringing the center first, bringing the light and the ground, and then coming from darkness to lightness, bringing warmth. It was so cold, it constricted, inside. And only that, slowly she started opening up. Where this 4-level diagnosis, she was so much rigid here. This aspect, there is no life forces, very dry skin, and so much of pressure, that pressure aspect comes from this Manomaya Kosha, so much of austerity, anger. I was not even there. And as it is, this I tell you people, all these 4 elements are actually developed 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21. 21 real delivery happens. Actually, that is how the world of parenting, it's not about the child, it's all about parenting, how to be parent in that stage. That is all about. So now her eye was actually 21 year. That is where the human eye comes. It's all development. It's totally different. There's nothing like eye-ness there, very weak. So through the painting, he started really holding the brush, same thing, what eye exercises, and different with colors, and it started noticing the nature, hold her like a doctor on tree, look at the nature, see how you are growing, what is growing there, how can we bring seeds there. So it was really creating, and I think 9th or 10th session, there's so much of light in her. She started listening, then reduced the gym, and then food, the nutrition, everything started coming into form. You got it? And then this girl, I'll tell you, she more than weight, she of course lost 12 kilos, but then more than that, she was lighter. The people, they may be fat, but they're so light. Have you noticed it? And somebody, they may be thin, but they're so heavy. It's not about weight, it is about lightness and heaviness, right? So that was so beautiful. And then, of course, she went to Australia and she continued to do that lifestyle. And I used to do online with her, continued. And now she's working in a pharmacist shop as well as she's studying. But this is one case. Other day she had come, I said, first, it's small frock, it's younger. She had worn frock and she had come, and she's so comfortable with herself. She got connected to herself. Only through art. Number 1. Number 2, there's an elderly man. He was a CEO of a company, and then he became, I think, again, he was in charge. He was in Citibank, and he was in charge of some 3,000 managers. Can you imagine that kind of work, IIT from Kolkata? So this man, very intelligent, high level of performance and stress. And then he got, it was so much that in a way, he was on medications, blood pressure, diabetes, all that. Then he left, voluntary, he was, wait, I'll tell you. His wife brought him to me. And when he came to me, he was not able to stand and he had intentional tremors. It was not Parkinson's, intentional tremors, actually very severe, not able to stand and always trying to be, his way of behavior, his talks, extremely rigid, very, very kind of, it will hurt people kind of, very kind of. And that type of humanity, he comes and I said, what, let us paint. And he started, of course, he thought that is waste of time. And yeah, but one thing is very positive is sincere, very sincere. That attitude, no, said, okay, I will bring. So with big pen, the wife only bought a nice book for him and all that. And he started painting. It was so difficult. I have my video also, actually. It was, I had to hold his hand because he was not able to hold the brush. And with that, he could, centering was difficult. kahan se kya karna, very difficult. Then he could, karke, and slowly I started leaving the hand and he started painting. And you could see that it was so clinic. My staff didn't go to, hold his hand. Otherwise, he used to be like that, no balance at all. So my staff, receptions, everybody would run and support him and make him sit in the outpatient. So what happens is after 2 o'clock, 3 days a week, my outpatient becomes art room. People who climb up because first stairs is my art therapy session. But people who cannot climb, so they are there. So my nurses and all used to be around him. If he falls, he may have head injury or whatever, he used to fall often. And then we could see that he could literally stand. And then she told me, recently that I said, Madam, I think sir is looking better now and he is not having that much imbalance. And he comes regularly, he comes weekly once and he paints. So we can do that rhythmically. Like, for example, I said it is like weekly or, we can have once in fortnight or that way we can create rhythm. So this is one and many like I do with infertility, all these people who are weak in will, everything, the main problem is that only, na? Our emotions become so strong that we try. And this is main source of imbalance is our emotional self. But when we are consciously looking at that and then adding these therapies, so it is helpful and it can be added to it. I'm not saying only that, but it will integrate to some more richness, more beauty, more joy, and this creative fulfillment, accomplishment, joy, happiness. These are all positive things which helps you. Especially in COVID, we did lot of work in art. So that was the fear, no? The fear was there and the breathing out. Yes, that helped a lot. Many, especially doctors and therapists. Right. Thank you. Right. Yes, a lot. Because in any psychiatric or psychotherapy, dear friends, when I said psych, psych, what is psych? Psychotherapy, psycho-oncology, psycho-immunology. What is psych? So, yeah. And who is that in this? Oh, this emotional body, Manomaya question. This is psyche, we call it. Right? So the psychotherapy, the first thing is art therapy. Because she understands the beauty. We can't go and tell them, do this, do that. Through clay, through this, yeah, then we make engage. See, I'm telling you, if we keep this aspect happy by engaging her in artistic element, she will not trouble. Otherwise, she will go to the other side and trouble. So simple, lighting the lamp, flowers, singing, bhajans, some spiritual thing, creating the rhythm, colors, eating on time, some all this kind of simple thing. Rangoli, gardening, and doing it consciously, mindfully. That you know as a therapist. Yes. Consciously. That is, yeah. Parkinson's, like I said, there is some, for example, that man was early Parkinson, but then actually he was depression now. Dawai de, I think he has developed that. But everybody thinks he's a Parkinson. But for me, as a physical, as a picture, he didn't have balance. So with that, and then what happens? There was a focus. And can you see that? Consciously, which you like. Then they don't have this. Yeah, auto focus. Nothing. Don't focus, which is something you like. And it is very good for dementia also. They have done a lot of research in Germany for dementia painting, and they really do very well. Because you know that childhood memories they remember, right? So they develop that. And the more they start remembering it, the more that muscle is built. With good ways. It works. Yeah. Regaining confidence. Yeah, because when the person is noise situation, it is either one-sided aspect, creates noise, right? Too much sclerosis or too much opening up, anxiety situation, right? Both the side. When this comes in the center, then breathing becomes like in between. And that is where person develops. Imagine creativity, somebody does that fulfillment, there is self-confidence, right? And there is like a kind of calmness, satisfaction, accomplishment, and some kind of joy, doses of calmness, doses of creativity, fulfillment. They are all doses that imagine like they are tablets in a way, the doses, medicines. Because after medicine also we feel same way, na? So this doses is better than medicines. But sometimes it is not negating. We also have to be. Yes. But not, you are doing it. Not depending, like a fever, simple way like bukhar aa gaya. I tell people, oh, fever, okay? So wait, wait. Give some time for your body to fight those, those outsiders, right? And just go slow. Take rest. Allow the body to heal. All this will heal. It will enhance the body to heal. It is not some kind of solution. It will enhance. That is what anthroposophic medicine, homeopathy, and all. We really develop the inner forces to fight, to bring balance back, right? So this then comes second day, third day, fine, they are fine. अगर कुछ नहीं है तो blood test देखो क्या है तुम्हारा immune system drop हुआ होगा. This is also good for enhancing immunity. Because your emotional immunity is developed now, everything else is developed.
Want to do there to make it for our patients.
Yeah, I think first of all, there may be like developing some more classes or something, but ultimately you need to look at where you are standing. We are homeopath hai. So how we can help whatever we are doing? How can we support? Which element needs to be supported? We are like actually your हमारे हिसाब से etheric body, the element of pranamaya kosha is healing. Na? We are developing the etheric forces. So with that etheric forces, we also develop emotional forces, and we activate I. Then depending, there are many patients that depend दवाई दे दो, it is regular दवाई खाते सालों साल चले जाते हैं. So that is passive treatment. But where you are adding this in active treatment, which will help, well, any system, I feel. But this is also better. Yes. Right, right.
For their capabilities.
Right. So I don't know about homeopathy, but this is about anthroposophic medicine. I think the eye is, I don't know how we can connect. You can just see connect. This is master who is working on your emotional body, and emotional body works on your pranamaya, etheric body, and etheric body works on your physical body. So physical body strong, matlab, you need to have etheric body strong, emotional body strong, your eye strong. From where you are going above, from the I is your high consciousness, the master within. That is humanness. Animals don't have. They are just passive. They are that is the difference between animal and human. Hmm. Ah.
Are you trained on, how to deal with different psychological?
Yes. Yeah. Different. They're all different. When we look to the actual study, fourfold study, the history will be quite long. I mean, they're like how homeopathy history, you have to real diagnosis depends on which is issue, which is, and then we have certain exercises coming from the lightness. I think afternoon I will tell you about the colors. Between the lightness and the darkness, the colors are born. Right? They are born. And then in that, which level the person is, from there we take it. Yeah. Through colors. Right. अभी शाम तक painting करने वाले हैं. Okay, all of you are doing painting. And in this painting, also there'll be like, that is why we are kept. So next how, after the lunch, you and you will the it works. It's a glimpse of it. And then
That's 10 years. What about
you with me? Anthroposophy. Anthroposophy. See, yeah. See, anthropos is human being. Yeah, please listen. See, anthroposophy is one integrated complementary healthcare, which is traditional actually. But in abroad, it is called as anthroposophy. Anthropos means human being. Sophia is wisdom. All right, it is like huge thing. In that we are bringing this as an excellent. I come from allopathic background, which is like physical background. I know about the wisdom. So anywhere from anybody can know the wisdom is common. Anthroposophy, whether he's teacher or therapist or farmer, anybody, carpenter, same wisdom will be there. Anthroposophy. It's a wisdom and 100-year-old science it is. It is spiritual and science together, spiritual science. So now in this anthroposophy, basic thing is our own 4 elements and 3 functions. That is basic. Even it is farm, in the farm also. It's a okay. And any other question? Yes, fifth one is that it is in between. The element, transition element is the space. Is the ether. Yeah. It's a big subject there, but that is because I will tell you one seed. All these 4 dimensions of us human being are not born at 9th month. On 9th month, we are not complete human beings. Second birth happens at the age of 7. Every 7 years, septimonths in life, in universe, 7 days, 7 colors, 7 raga. There are so many 7 planets, important ones. Like that 7-year cycle of human cycle is also important. That is where our biography counseling comes. Human biography. Every 7 year, like one bamboo has rings, right? Rings. The rings will make it bamboo. Like that, human being also has 7 years, 7 years, 7 years, 7 year cycle. First 3 7 years are very important foundation years where actually like physical milestone, soul milestones are also developed. It is subject by itself, 5 years course. But then the first birth is 9th month, then second 7th year, tooth fall, 14th year, puberty, then 21 year actual birth happens. Human beings are born only after 21. That is why earlier days, the crowning ceremony and all that used to be 21 years. So in between, what happens? Who is born? Every element kingdom, every aspect of us is born at particular time. And there comes that our world of education and all is catering to that. When the soul is born, when the soul element, when the spiritual element, when the etheric element, when it is what organs are developed. Little bit I will tell that. Like for example, when that is my next half. Second half of the. I will tell how the organs. That is what our lecture is. Which organs are impacted? Aspect of your life is not developed, and how can you develop it? Yeah. But I want more questions because questions will create, because I have come with one sea of wisdom, and then the questions will give you the form. And you people have lunch mindfully. Look at the plate and eat what you're eating. Get connected to food. That is real nutrition. Okay. And then you have questions because whatever I feel wanting, when you are giving your time and energy, get best of it. I'm available here till 4 o'clock. So come with questions. So let us move ahead with some real, concrete information. All right. Thank you. Yes. Hello. Please write your name, profession, what it is for us record, so that we will also allow you same whatever I said, repeat it and give feedback also. See what it is. So it will be good for us, for our record. Right. It's 1:15 now. We are coming back at 2:12. So from 2. Okay, we will start at 2. Sharp, so that 2:12.
Thank you for this enlightening session.
I want everyone to see already.
Can everyone please take your seats? Provide 2 minutes, not more. Even I am hungry. Thank you very much, ma'am, for introducing us to the anthroposophy. The next session would be the practical session, like post lunch. Of course, we'll be having full of energy for doing some practical sessions. Like this was all theory aspect to understand what is anthroposophy. And next we are going to see how to implement this particular complementary medicine, complementary system into our homeopathic therapeutics, dealing with different conditions. Okay, so we will be having a Q&A session. Play painting, only painting, ma'am. What with watercolors? Natural colors. Painting with natural colors, and then we can correlate how we can use this particular complementary with our homeopathic system. So that will be more interesting session, right? That is the purpose why people are here more. Yes, is it? You're not responding? Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you. So we'll meet after lunch. And please, wherever you're sitting, please place your papers and pads at the same place. You're coming back there only. Okay. So we'll meet you after lunch in 45 minutes. Okay. At 2 o'clock. Thank you. And lunch is in the second floor. Can move to second floor for lunch. Thank you. And please go in a queue.